For the past several years, artificial intelligence has been cheap. Not because it was easy to build, not because it was cheap to run, but because investors were footing the bill. AI companies bought your loyalty with subsidized pricing. You got intelligence on the cheap. That era is ending. The bills are arriving, and companies are balking. Uber's chief operating officer said recently that all the AI spending is showing no noticeable increase in productivity. Meta, which earlier this year instructed employees to use as many AI tokens as possible as a measure of productivity, has quietly reversed course. Its CTO wrote to staff, "Nobody should be using AI tools just for the sake of using them. Welcome to the unsubsidized era. And if you were using AI the right way, this is excellent news. Let me explain what I mean by the right way. I have been writing and speaking about AI adoption for years, long before it became a boardroom priority. And the core problem I keep coming back to is this. Most organizations do not have an AI strategy. They have an AI plan. And the distinction matters enormously. An AI plan asks, what can we automate? It deploys AI against measurable efficiency targets, tracks tool usage rates, and reports adoption percentages to leadership. It optimizes for the metric. An AI strategy asks a fundamentally different question. Which human capabilities do we need to protect and develop? And which can safely be delegated to AI? It starts with a judgment about competitive positioning. What makes us genuinely good at what we do? And only then does it ask which parts of that picture AI can amplify. The difference is not philosophical. It produces entirely different decisions, entirely different metrics, and entirely different outcomes. There is a concept in economics called Goodhart's law. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. The moment you start optimizing for a metric, you start producing the metric, not the underlying reality it was designed to track. AI adoption metrics are the canonical Goodhart's law trap. When you measure AI adoption by token consumption, the basic unit AI vendors use to charge you, you get token consumption. Not better decisions, not genuine capability. Token consumption. Employees at major technology companies discovered this year that AI productivity leaderboards could be gamed. By running pointless tasks through AI tools, generating reports no one would read, producing analysis no one would use. Analysts have given this a name, token maxing. You hit the metric, you produced nothing, and you paid for all of it, at full price now that the subsidies are gone. If you want to know whether your organization has an AI strategy or just an AI plan, don't look at your adoption dashboard. Ask 3 questions instead. First, what can your business now do that it could not do 6 months ago? Not faster, not cheaper. Genuinely do. That was previously impossible or beyond your reach. Second, what problems have been solved that previously required entire teams? Third, which leaders in your organization used AI to make a genuinely better decision than they would have made without it? These questions cannot be answered by token maxing. They require concrete named examples. If you cannot answer them, you have a compliance regime, not a strategy. You have been measuring inputs and calling them outcomes. Now here is something that surprises most people when I say it. Japanese companies are not behind on AI. They are arriving at their AI deployment phase at precisely the moment when the lessons of the token maxing era are becoming visible. The organizations that moved fastest, primarily in the United States, are now grappling with the full cost of undisciplined adoption. They overdeployed, optimized for compliance metrics, and are now paying vendor rates that have tripled, while productivity gains remain elusive. Japanese companies making AI deployment decisions today can skip that phase entirely. They can enter the unsubsidized era with the right framework from day one, asking not how quickly can we deploy, but what specific capabilities do we want to amplify? And is this tool the right way to do it? That is not slowness. That is strategic discipline. The kind the first movers are now being forced to develop retrospectively, at great expense. When the invoice arrives and it is larger than expected, there is a temptation to cut. That is the wrong response. The right response is to ask what the bill is paying for. If the answer is adoption metrics and leaderboard scores, cut. If the answer is specific capabilities your business could not have without AI, pay it and understand why. The cost pressure is not a problem with AI. It is a market signal doing the strategic filtering that leadership should have been doing from the start. The era of subsidized intelligence is over. The era of having to actually justify your AI investment has begun. If you were doing it right, that is not a threat. It is a competitive advantage. If this resonates with how you're thinking about AI in your organization, I'd like to hear from you. Find me at stephenbleistein.net. The link is in the description.